you can't see anything, but it's raining. It just came on hard and heavy. We were just outside visiting. It's 12:30 in the morning. We were just outside chatting for a minute, and all of a sudden I heard it coming through the trees right hard, right now. And I don't think this was forecast, so people, I'm not lying. Here's video. I hope you can hear it. Hear it hitting my roof. There, it's going away as fast as it came. Sudden, hard rain. Doesn't amount to much, but this happens nearly every day. It's like tropical rainforest. We're on video. Hey, tell me about what just happened.
Okay, I was trying to chase the bug out of the place. You were going to bed. You said you swore you heard rain.
I heard rain.
And then I come out to get
we've
the
got
lawnmower.
Stuff out everywhere.
Yeah, we do. I came out to get the lawnmower, and it sounded like wind ripping through the...
Yeah, it sounded like wind, but I know the difference. You can hear it. You'll get used to that out here.
I'm saying it sounded like wind whipping through the trees, and I grabbed the lawnmower.
Yep.
And by the time I got from over there where the windmill is to here,
it
I was
drenched. Pouring. It came out hard. It came down hard. Just take that in with you.
Take that in?
No, take that in with you. We'll collect it because it's all messed up now. We'll collect it all from tomorrow. I hope we got everything else out. And it wasn't supposed to rain. It was not in the forecast as far as I know. That's crazy. It's raining right now.
2 minutes. It poured for 2 minutes.
Look, this shows up good on... Look at this. On the camera, this looks good. I sure hope this shows up. See how bright that looks over here? I've got the outdoor spotlight on right now. On camera, I can see bright as day. I can see on the display, I can see bright as daylight. I mean...
And all of 2 minutes we had a downpour.
We had a serious downpour. It doesn't amount to much, but it rains a lot here. I mean, not quantity-wise, but often. Well, how's this for ironic? My birds were out here in the sun all this time doing fine and well. I pulled a chicken coop up under the shade, as many people have advised, and 2 chickens died last night, my 2 little baby ones. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds. My 2 babies died. The 2 smallest of them. I don't get it. Out there, they were healthy and well. Always. Always fine. You pull them up here in the shade and 2 birds die in the night. Why? Nothing's changed. The only thing different is there's moss here instead of grass. I don't understand. They get water every day, fresh water every single day, sometimes 2 to 3 times in a day. And that isn't it. 2 birds died in the night. I don't get it. I don't understand. Out here they lived perfectly fine. Well, someone recently said, now this is my big tomato garden. Actually, I'll say Terry said that my garden must be a failure because I don't have tomato clusters. Well, here are some clusters. Here's another one coming along. There's 4 or 5 heads going to be right there in a cluster. Here's a cluster of flowers coming along. Here's another cluster starting to form up here. There are clusters, tomato clusters. Now this group over here isn't faring as well. I don't know what's the difference. Same bed, same garden material, same everything. But these are not doing as well, so I'll give you that. But again, everything's later here. Everything is coming along later this season in this area where I live. So you cannot compare with everybody else. It must be the mountains where I live or something. But anyway, I've got some more. I showed these the other day, but there's a tomato cluster. Same material, same everything. And these were the tomatoes I planted later. Oh, there's a nice cluster. Look at that. There's a tomato cluster. So this isn't just a bunch of green. Oh, look at that nice cluster. It's hard to see. There's a lot. I can't really show you them as well as I can see with my eyes. There's a nice little group coming along. There's some clusters. It's hard to see them here, but anyway. Well, there's a very nice group. So I think it's going to be alright. I know it's hard to see on the video. It's very hard to see on the video because it's green on green. But hopefully that'll answer your questions about whether they're going to be okay or not. I think the tomatoes are the best in the whole garden. This is just 2 days after I strung up the vines, and they are liking it. They are really liking it. See, this is why I string them up, because they're going to run along the lines and spread out easier. I don't like walking through them on the ground where I might step on the plants. I like them raised up, so that might explain another one of my methods. That this is just something that I've learned also bears more fruit. I think because they can get more sunlight when they can spread out like this. It's just my experience and my theory, but they certainly seem to bear a lot of fruit when you can string them up like that. And here, yes, I did make them concentrated, but for a reason. This is a highly condensed bed full of nutrients and loaded with plants to see if they'll survive and bear a lot of fruit. Because look at nature. Look at this. And nature is very successful. I just thought I would copy nature this year and see what happens. Well, I worked at the office today, so I'm sorry there won't be much video. I do have to say the mosquitoes are horrible. I have used the last of my off in the one can, and sorry, I'm swatting as I talk to you, and they find loopholes where if you haven't coated yourself in a certain spot, they'll bite you, like my face. And if you sweat, they'll wait till it drips off and they bite you where you've been exposed. They go for the ears. I just had one in my ear. The mosquitoes are horrible, like never before this year. Anyway, while swatting bugs, I've been securing my vines. My tomatoes are blossoming out hugely out to the sides. And no, it's not all green. I showed some tomato clusters earlier. Right now the bugs are too insane for me to go in depth. But the tomatoes were falling over, and just from 2 days ago, they've expanded in size and height. I'd say they're about 8 feet tall now. They're up there. It's quite amazing. And look, they're falling outwards. The weight of the tomatoes on the vines are actually bending some of them. And there's another vine that's going to have to be picked up in a day or two. They're growing so fast, so something is right here. Here, I didn't even see this group of tomatoes right there. There's 3 of them right there, side by side. So, I mean, there's fruit in here. It's definitely, there's one that's starting to turn color a little bit now. But they're getting such tremendous amounts of fruits and vines. Oh, there's 3 together right there. The fruit is popping out right now. All of a sudden, the fruits are just popping out. These weren't even here a couple days ago. 2 days ago, these were not there. So it's just clustering and just growing like I've never seen. They're expanding double the width in 2 days. And so I spent the evening tying these up, trying to keep them from falling onto the ground too much and going upwards. So I'm going to try to keep control of the situation here, but I think it's going to be a good yield. This is just huge. It's huge. Now, I have to admit a horrible mistake is that I will never again try to grow anything underneath tomatoes. The onions are struggling, and the peppers are growing, but they're not doing as well as they could. So I gotta admit, that was not so wise. Really dumb, actually. But they're growing. I guess we'll see what happens. It's too late to transplant 120 onions now. But anyway, tonight was gardening night. I am covered with bites. I mean, really covered from head to toe with bites. I got a zucchini. I'm going to eat. I'll show you in a minute. My zucchini plant's being attacked by some kind of rot. And most of the zucchinis are rotting on the vine, but a couple here and there I got a nice sized one. And then there's something attacking the potatoes. I'll show you next time I come out here to pick them off. There's potato bugs and these weird, mushy little ugly worms that are devouring the leaves. More on the other side. I'll take you over here. On the way around to the other side, I wanted to show you my peas, since I've wound them up, are actually growing up as well. They're enjoying it. Everything's really, really loving this, what I did for them the other day. And this is growing up nicely, really well. Look at that, growing up here this way. So, it's turning out alright. These I just helped string up a little bit further, the beans that are up in here. Now here, it's been completely eaten off. Something has eaten everything off of there. Here, look at this. This has been devoured by some. Here's the little mushy bugs. You can squish the bugs. They're mushy, wormy things. But that has been completely devoured to nothingness. I know, I invented the word nothingness. It's my own. Here, look at this branch. Let me refocus. There, you can see that's been stripped of all life by these little wormy things. Right now I think there's just dry... Ow! Ah, mosquitoes. There's just dry poop on the vine right now. But I'll show you next time I come out and kill the worms off. Something I've never seen before, actually. I know potato bugs, but I've never seen these worms that devour the plant down to nothing. Well, there's a zucchini I just picked. It's not huge, but I'm going to eat it. It's the second fruit I've gotten off this vine, and I'm going to eat it just as it is, raw and cold.
Okay, Darwin Award.
Oh.
He bit into a garlic tab, right here, and the whole thing, and he wonders why it burnt his mouth.
My eyes are still watering. I know some of you can probably do this, but I am weak. I must say, I am very weak. This hurts. And this is about the size of the one I just ate. This is, the garlic in my garden died off and left me some baby garlics. And me, not being one to waste food, decided I'm going to eat it. Now this is going to be funny and embarrassing, so please forgive me. What you're about to see is real.
He does eat out of his garden.
This is gonna hurt.
Other side.
Oh. It hurts. My ear hurt.
Oh, and the reason he's doing this is because I'm going to test the electric fence with my finger.
Oh.
Well, folks, things not to do on a farm. And yes, he does really eat out of his garden. The full one.
That one I'm going to save for later. I've recovered, but I have to say that hurt. I can't explain it. I've eaten garlic before, and I know garlic burns. Garlic burns. But these little guys hurt. My ear was burning intensely, like there was a fire in my head. Oh, that is insane. I don't even know what kind of garlic that is, but that is insanely intense. At least the good news is probably the mosquitoes won't bother me tomorrow. Because tonight they were eating me up. I'm eating my zucchini, by the way. I think you saw me take a bite of it when I was in agony there. But
it might be that it's like
that was hot.
White tea. You know, white tea is the young tea.
Yeah.
And it has more of the whatever's right in compacting.
Yeah, because it's young and it didn't grow fully. Maybe it's concentrated.
Right.
But I tell you what,
I was trying to say.
I'm not eating that one for a while. That one's being put aside.
For